Oh, it's such a long time since I did a random pick from my collection, so I thought I'll do a video or two today, and one of them will be a random pick. So I know that Mazzy calls them whack-a-mole. Fair enough. I do them I call them boringly random selections. So I'm just going to pick 5 albums from here, from this lot behind me. I just recognize this is kind of the overflow. So there's a lot of crud in here as well as good stuff, of which I've got duplicates, and they're sitting here. So here we go, 5 random picks. So let me stand up. So here we go. Now I am randomly picking albums here. I'll pull out 2 because I want to make sure I know where the old one goes. So that one, oh bloody hell. There's another one. So that's 4, and one more from down here. 5. Right, what have we got? Right. In the order that they came down. Right, the first one is Joan Baez, The Contemporary Ballad Book. So here we've got absolutely loads by Bob Dylan, no surprise. This is a double compilation. My God, she put a lot of albums out back in the 60s. And of course she continued for much longer than that as well. And angelic voice, fierce personality, really good. But she did loads of tracks by covers of Dylan. So we got Restless Farewell on this one. Would he go through track as well? No, It Ain't Me, Babe, and North Country Blues. Yeah, Joan Baez. I don't dip into Joan Baez music very often, but she's a formidable character. Brilliant. This one, I don't know much about this other than the single. I remember the single being released in the early 70s, I think it was. The Free Electric Band by Albert Hammond. So 1973, it was a chart hit in the UK. Typical American singer-songwriter stuff, as I recall. A library. This is a copy I got from a library, and I've got multiple copies of this one too, and this is By the Light of the Moon by Los Lobos. Fantastic band. When I was, during the 1980s, as you know, I'm working my way through the years, and you get to around the mid-1980s, and in amongst all the synth pop that was around at the time, there was a movement of the Americana. And this kind of, you had bands like Green on Red, the Long Riders, and you also had Los Lobos. Now, Los Lobos had the Tex-Mex sound as well. How Will the Wolf Survive is the album that I go to first, but this was a follow-up, By the Light of the Moon. Really good stuff. One Time, One Night was a single. What else have we got in here? Of course, they're known really for their version of La Bamba. Don't know much about this band, but I remember I was doing a project with what's called the Royal Mail in the UK. I was training their people years and years ago, and I got talking to one of the guys on the course, and he was talking about, we were sharing our musical interests, and I was talking about kind of prog. He said, "Have you heard this band?" And he gave me some CDRs, so he burned some copies, and I never really got away with them very much, but I think this is a Canadian band called Saga, and this has been sitting on the shelf for years. I can't really say much about it, other than, at the time I'm listening to Marillion as the new version of kind of prog for the 80s. But Saga, I've got a few of their albums, but I can't really say that much about them. And this finally is a singer-songwriter called Tanita Tikaram, Ancient Heart. Now, she's got a very kind of throaty voice, very, very kind of, or maybe diaphragm. It's very deep voice, smoky type voice, singing kind of acoustic pop, but with a little bit more going on than traditional pop music. She had a single here that opens the album called "Good Tradition," and I think she was lauded as and she was very young, I think, when she did this. I think she might have been as young as like 16 or 17. But she was lauded by the press enormously in this period here. So let me just double check the year on this one. 1988. Did she disappear without trace? I can't quite remember, but I'm not even sure there was a follow-up album. But yeah, she was good. It's a good voice. It's a good album, as I recall. But yeah, there you go. 5 random picks from the Overflow Room. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.